I know I'm gonna get so much hate for this. This is not... I feel like I always choose topics that are polarizing. Okay. I'm wanting to make this video really short and sweet. It's been a while since I've made a video, so I'm a little bit rusty, but anyway, hello. Like many of you, I presume, well, I mean, if you clicked on this video, it's probably because you've been watching this series. I have been following the saga of the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp defamation trial. It is quite the show. Quite the show. It's been going on for, I think, over a week by now, and I have been watching it, although I have no time, throughout my whole final exam season, because it is so infuriating to me. Let me take a sip. The thing that I find like really disturbing about the whole trial, which has been going on for over a week, I believe by now, is how damaging it can be to take a group of people who are in fact being discriminated against, for instance women, and using that discrimination and weaponizing the concept of it against other people. When Johnny Depp and Amber were dating, I believe it was like when the Me Too movement was probably at its strongest. It's still really strong, and I don't think that you can consider yourself a feminist if you aren't you know, for equal rights for everybody, and that includes men, it includes transgender people, it includes everybody. I don't even consider myself a feminist. I just think that everyone should have equal rights and equal capacity to be taken seriously about what they're talking about and in whichever way they're trying to, you know, communicate what it is they want or need and things of that nature. So the whole thing about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing, obviously I'm not a professional, I'm not a lawyer, you know, I'm studying accounting, so that's not the same sphere at all, but as somebody watching it from outside, I can't help but notice how ridiculous it seems to be that the amount of evidence against Amber Heard is so like substantial, so consistent over the years. She has already had a history of abusing her ex-wife by, you know, just this one time it was recorded at an airport, I believe, where she pushed or punched or slapped her girlfriend, wife. She seems to have or has been diagnosed with a few personality disorders, and it seems that everywhere she goes there is issues popping up. We've heard some recordings of her in all manners of ways being degrading and you know, psychologically abusive to Johnny Depp. We've seen pictures and images of Johnny Depp being physically injured during the relationship and none of herself, really. And so it seems like the amount of evidence that's accumulated against her is substantial, and I can't understand why we're having this whole discussion of being guilty until proven innocent for Johnny Depp. It seems really that there is discrimination because of his gender, perhaps also because he's more famous, and I find that to be despicable, because if it were a woman in his stead, I believe that Amber Heard, if she were a man, would probably be in jail, probably be serving time, because any type of action like that, would it be psychological or physical abuse, would be taken way more seriously if it were done to a woman, and that partly is because of the Me Too movement. It's because of the way she portrayed herself as being a victim, and trying to rally, you know, that sympathy of the Me Too movement to herself. And I find it disgusting that we would think that protecting a woman against a man is an act of feminism, is something that's okay because he's a man, and obviously men are stronger physically, so they cannot be hurt by a woman, which is completely false. We have a lot of capacity, everybody does, to hurt others, to kill others. We've seen it all over the news lately. How is it that we're letting it slide for this woman? So in French we say ton droit arrête où celui de l'autre commence, basically meaning your rights stop where that of the others begin. So you have your rights, but you cannot go and bypass others' rights. You cannot go and bypass someone's livelihood. You can't go and spread lies, and nothing will excuse it, whatever it is you think that you're entitled to. You're just not entitled to ruin somebody's life. You're not entitled to weaponize a serious issue. Me Too is a serious issue, and by using that kind of, I'm a woman, I'm being abused, and obviously I'm the one being abused because I'm a woman, because I'm a fragile little woman. It's vicious. It makes the whole movement seem pointless. It's making women look bad because of how manipulative she is, which is not representative of everybody. I don't think most women would use that. It's baffling to me, and I could go on and on about it, but really what it is like, don't use the Me Too to freaking go and attack somebody with it, because at this point, it's the Him Too movement. If you are a feminist, you believe that men and women are equal, and as such, you cannot tell me that a man cannot be subject to physical and mental abuse from their counterparts in any type of relationship. It's just not true. It doesn't mean that because a woman can like physically hurt a man less badly than he could hurt her, doesn't mean that she can't hurt him. It doesn't mean that. And because a man can hurt a woman more easily than, you know, a woman can hurt a man, it doesn't mean he will. So at this point, it's really about what your intention is, and her intention throughout this whole thing seems to be very obvious. It's malicious and it's spiteful, and I really hope that she gets the justice she deserves. And I know this could be like a very polarizing statement, but I just don't get it. And if you're going to make this woman victorious of this whole situation, what are you telling men about their mental health? What are you telling men about how their rights matter in a relationship? What are you telling them about their chances if ever they are in an abusive relationship? Like, oh, no, shut up, you're a man. Like, obviously she could do whatever and no one will believe you, which is clearly what she said in one of her recordings. So I feel like you should at this point make an example of her, because it's ridiculous. And I really hope that the jury sees that. And yeah, I started like responding to this whole situation because I wrote a message. Like, I was watching the whole the saga, one of the many pieces of the saga, because I've been watching everything. And it was talking about how Johnny Depp was sassy in his answers to, I believe the lawyer, Amber Heard's lawyer, like a dick, man. The guy is a dick, not Johnny, the other one. I don't even know what his name is, but he's a dick, plain and simple. And he's not being sassy. Johnny was not being sassy. He's just like, obviously, like, doesn't know what to think of the situation at this point, I guess, exhausted of it all, and gets interrupted all the time when he starts answering. It's always hearsay, it's always this and that, and there's lack of foundation, whatever. When obviously it's just when the lawyer doesn't want to hear what Johnny has to say because it's incriminating to Amber, he just says hearsay, whatever, wants to switch the question, and he's constantly interrupting him in the most rude, ridiculous ways. He even objected to his own question at some point because his question wasn't in his own favor. So bullshit. And yeah, so I just wrote, like, he's not being sassy, the lawyer is just rude as hell, and he doesn't know how to react to it. He's reacting well to everything, God bless him. But yeah, so, and then I wrote that, and there's like 25,000 people that were like, I agree. And yeah, that's why I'm doing this video. It's because, like, I believe that there's more to be said about this situation. Do you believe that the Me Too movement and feminism is being weaponized against men? If so, what are the actions that we're supposed to take to protect men? Because not only women need protection, everybody does. Everyone can be vulnerable, everyone can be hurt, and I feel that everybody has the right to express that and the right to be defended and heard and believed, regardless of gender and regardless of everything else. So yeah, that's my two-piece on the situation. If not, I hope y'all are doing well amid this pandemic, amid this war, amid this everything, and hopefully we get out of it a bit more happy. And to Johnny, I really hope that things work out. You seem like a great guy, and I feel like a lot of people are backing you on this situation, whatever the outcome is. So, peace. Take care.